Kirby's Adventure. I absolutely love Kirby's Adventure. It is probably my favorite Kirby game, although it's a really close toss-up between that and the other candidate for favorite Kirby game. Let me get back to my presentation page. Okay. So I'm gonna go over there. Let's see. And I'll start by showing the box art. So this was the box art for Kirby's Adventure in Japan. I forgot to mention this. Kirby's Dream Land was called Hoshi no Kabi in Japan, which is Kirby of the Stars. And I think let me make sure that I get this right. It was yeah, that's right. The original idea for Kirby's Dream Land was it was going to be called Harukaze Popopo, which is Spring Breeze Popopo. That got used later. So this is pretty simple. It shows the copy abilities: sword, parasol. I think that's high jump, fire, star rod. Oh, that's tornado, mic, gun. You know, the iconic ones. And this one, Kirby's Adventure, it's fine. He's now pinkish. But I like that they kind of blended it a little bit. Like, it's like, okay, we're gonna make it so it's not so weird that we made him totally white the first time. He's also like eating the box. I think that's a good addition. Although these little guys on the side they're interesting because they kind of look like, I think they kind of look like something we saw on our lore chart. Maybe like that guy? That guy in this game? I don't know. Dark Matt? I don't know. Maybe we'll kind of uncover some more lore here. So far, all we got is Kirby and DDD, and that's it. I want to show the commercials next for Kirby's Adventure. So first, I've got the Japanese one.
ほら吸い込んだまた吸い込んだ吸い込んだらカービィ強くなるそれパラソルだそれハンマーだ出てくる敵キャラやっつけろほら吸い込んだまた吸い込んだ吸い込んだ
That looks pretty familiar though.
星のカービィがファミコンソフトになったすっごくカラフル
ますますやんちゃ星の
So
カービ
the
ィ
commercial kind of
目の
like
泉の物語よろしく
foreshadows Kirby's epic yarn. I think that's really interesting. Are you guys ready for the American one? Are you ready for the US commercial? Because the Japanese one was very cute. You know, they did kind of a yarn thing, and he was sucking up all the enemies, and then he got turned into the Nintendo logo. Hold on to your butts.
Who's Kirby? Behind the flabby facade, a physical powerhouse, a street fighter, a weapons expert. He's whatever the situation demands. In Kirby's Adventure, evil King Dedede stolen Dreamland's dreams. Now Kirby's fighting to get him back, level by nightmarish level. That's Kirby. He's cute. Till you cross him, then he's one tough cream puff. Kirby's Adventure on NES.
So we saw that with Dreamland, that they make yeah, Anger Kirby is right. They make Kirby like pissed off in the American version pretty consistently. I think that's it's so silly. But it gets a lot sillier, I'll say. For sure. As we go and we see the box arts, they get you'll see. Okay, so we are moving on from Game Boy to the NES, to the Nintendo Entertainment System. So Kirby's Adventure, as I load this up, Kirby's Adventure was one of the last games to come out on Super Nintendo on NES. It came out after Super Nintendo had already launched. So I'm gonna load it. We'll see the intro. That was very similar to the commercial for Dreamland in Japan. Kind of interesting. Oh, we get a nice little intro here. So yeah, I can kind of talk about this a little bit. You get a dash. So the idea behind this one was HAL was like low on money. They were like running out. Is the music a little? Let me turn it down just a wee bit. HAL was on the verge of bankruptcy. Their computers were in the process of being repoed. So they needed some money fast. So they decided to port Kirby's Dreamland to the NES. It was the best-selling game on Game Boy. I don't think it was the best-selling game on Game Boy. It was the best-selling. It sold well enough that it remained the best-selling Kirby game until, like, Kirby and the Forgotten Land came out just a couple years ago, or whenever that was. So this one, to save time, they targeted the NES, which was on the way out. This game came out after the Super Nintendo was already launched. So they couldn't just make it an easy game again, because the NES players were well established. They've been playing for a long time. So they decided, we have to make this a lot harder. You might notice the Kirby sprite is the same number of pixels that it was before. So they had to add this, like, this border, this HUD on the bottom. Ooh, Kirby's Adventure. One day, the peaceful life of Dreamland was shattered by a mysterious crisis. The inhabitants didn't dream. Uh-oh. On the edge of Dreamland, dreams and hope once gushed forth from the Dream Spring, fueled by the Star Rod. Investigating the Dream Spring, Kirby found naughty King Dedede swimming in its magical waters. What? Dedede had broken the Star Rod and given the pieces to his friends, who are now hiding in Dreamland. To bring back the lost dreams, Kirby sought the Star Rod. What's interesting about that little pixel art there is that's based on a drawing that showed up, and maybe I don't know if I have an easy way to show it, but some art that's from the manual in the Japanese version. In the American version, for some reason, they edited out his little like hack that he was carrying. I don't know why. All right, so it seems like he didn't learn his lesson. I love these intros, by the way. I love how they sync to the music. It's so good. Look at the sword got stuck in the logo at the bottom. I love the duration of them too. It's really good. In the remake, there was a remake of this game called Nightmare in Dreamland, and they shortened them. They like cut them in half, and I don't know why, because they don't think they needed to. How does the picture look? I tried to make this look as much as I could, like I remember it, without it being painful to look at. So let me know if it is painful to look at. So the start of this is very similar to Dreamland, but we're met with our first copy ability, Beam. A new dash ability. Also, to make the game a little bit more challenging, like since we have way more screen space, the flight is... I think it's slower than it was before. It's hard to tell. Also, this is kind of interesting. Kirby's sprite changes slightly when he has a power-up. So he's pink and slim, and when I eat something, he's got a little pudge now. And he's orange. I think that's kind of cool. He actually changes color with the power-up you get. Oh, I want to try fire. Not all of them have colors, though. Oh, I think I might have missed it, but there was a, yeah, just a little fun fact about one of the Bronto Burts. Unless this is the first Bronto Burt, if there was one in that last area, which I think there might have been, it's actually two layered on top of each other, but you can't tell in game. This one's actually loaded up with secrets, and I didn't know about this until, well, very recently. But you see how the shadow under each of these platforms? This one's a little different. There's a secret door in here, and it's got... He didn't want to kill him! It's got a little guy. Okay, let's try that again. Also, I have an emote specifically for that. He's gone forever! No! Okay, well that was UFO. We'll see it again later. Let's check out Spark. So a lot of these powers don't really... They're not super different from each other. They just kind of attack a little bit in front of you. This one also hits behind. But I love, like the environment here. Like, we have animated backgrounds, the clouds, the waterfalls, the surface of the water is now animated. So many things. Like, so many more color. I mean, obviously so many more colors than we had before, but it is a very colorful environment. Green grass and these yellow platforms and a blue sky and a pink Kirby, or maybe an orange Kirby, depending on if we have a power-up. And now a bonus at the end of every level, which is pretty neat. And we've completed level 1. Also, we have some options now. So we can go on to level 2, or we can do this game. The Crane Fever. Use the buttons to move the crane and try to get a Kirby. A big one's hard to get, but it's worth it. So this is actually Sakurai's really early attempt, one of his early attempts at doing single button gameplay, which is pretty cool. You just hold and release. And I don't know if I got it. I'm gonna find out. I want the big one. Maybe? Oh, I don't know. We got it! That one landed pretty close. Alright, let's see if we can get another. No, we dropped it. But it's worth 2 lives. Okay. IRL game, claw game simulator. Except that today, okay, this is gonna be a little rant. Claw games these days are rigged, okay? They used to be a game of skill. Now it will not actually grasp the thing. It will deliberately slide off of it until it has gained a threshold of money. Yeah, it's just a slot machine now. Claw game roguelike. Claw game, dude, someone's gonna make a claw game roguelike. That's gonna happen because we already we have like we have a card game. We've got like a breakout, coin pusher. Yeah. So this is Cutter. So we saw the Sir Kibbles in the last game had Cutter. Now we can eat them and get their power. Oh, also, did you notice? I said the design pillar of Kirby, of the first one, was using enemies. Guess what? We're still using enemies. You might notice a trend. Uh-oh. Okay. If he goes off screen, he does bounce back. So the AI is more sophisticated this time around. Instead of just be... You're just gonna be in the middle? Instead of going on a pre-programmed path, I think they actually have more sophisticated AI now. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I know what I'm gonna do with this. I'm gonna lose it immediately. There are too many enemies on screen. Was the design pillar of using enemies actually in the design doc? So I haven't seen the design doc. I don't know if that's been released, but he did say that in, I believe he said that on his YouTube channel. When talking about Kirby's Dream Land. I just happened to notice that using enemies is a consistent theme. He may have mentioned that for this one, but like it's very consistent throughout pretty much every single Kirby game. If there's a new mechanic, it is probably tying back to using enemies. Not always, but often. Ooh, that's such a cool power. Okay, hold on, I want to get that one. 'Cause that's like the prize right there. I like Kirby's little ladder sprite. He's chonky. Alright, so we get our first night enemy, which gives us the sword. Love that. I'm gonna get that eventually. I'm gonna get the top level there. So sword is one of the few abilities in this game that has like a variety of moves. Most of them, they just have one button. You press the button and it does a thing. Sword, though, is different when you use it in the air, which is really neat. Oh, another ability Kirby has is the slide. You can always do that slide, but it's slightly different if you have the sword. I'm not sure if it actually has different properties. If it reaches farther, maybe it does? Okay, this is a cool one. So we're gonna take this. Fireball. Also, their way of just handing you a power is just put an enemy trapped in a one-tile space. They also like to design the environments, you'll notice, with that ability in mind. So, like, we can go zipping past this space using this new power we just got. Which is really neat. Also, now we have a new thing that we can do underwater. We have an actual dedicated swim animation. That's pretty fun. Pretty cute. He's got an animation for swimming straight up. He doesn't have one for going straight down, but it does change his sprite a little bit. And he's got a little spray attack. I like this because it looks like he's just like relaxing when he spits water upwards. You also get a huge chunk of iframes when you're using Fireball, which makes it a really fun ability. But you lose those the moment you crash into a wall. The NES was... it did its best to keep up with the sprite count, but it had a lot of slowdown for sure, especially in a game like this. This is super late in development, so they pushed it, like, to the limit. As you can tell, I mean, like, a lot of things, like, they're on the left side of the screen, there's just a bar there, which would have been visible, on CRT monitors. And you can kind of see it on the right side, like, there's a little color change sometimes, some sprites. There's some more garbage on the top and bottom, but that gets cut off by CRTs, so I don't have it displaying here because it's not really something you would normally see. Museum, a new type of sub-environment. Here is a colorful display of enemies with special abilities. Eat the one you want. So they just kind of put a guy on a pedestal and... Comparing this to Super Mario Bros. And visuals, NES Limit, yeah. For sure. I mean, if you compare Mario 3 to Mario 1, the difference is like night and day. Maybe I'll play through some Mario games eventually, but one of the things that this game and Mario 3 can do that Mario 1 could not, is move diagonally. The screen can scroll in 2 directions at the same time. That was not a thing that happens in Super Mario Bros., the first one. And I don't believe that happens in any Mario 2 level either. In Mario 2, you've got levels that scroll left and right, and you've got levels that scroll up and down, but never at the same time, I don't think. I'm pretty sure you don't. Also, this stage just has some of the best music. And we meet another sub-boss, who's pretty easy. He gives us Freeze. This is a fun power, and as the games progress, it just gets more fun because you get a little bit of slide, and later on they make you slide like you're on ice. And of course, they're going to show it off. There's something here that I want everyone to pay attention to also, so I'm gonna walk a little slower. In this room. Was it in this room? Maybe it's in the next room. Or maybe it's in the next level. Oh, that's Needle. Maybe I should get one of those. I could be misremembering. I think it's in here. I want Needle. Look at that! Oops. That guy. He just gave me invincibility candy. Who was that guy? He had a very different sprite. An ally, perhaps? We haven't seen an ally to Kirby yet. So maybe we are able to untangle a little bit more of our lore chart? Keep him in mind. Alright, and this has got the D logo, which means this is a boss room. The star room is boarded up. This start looks very familiar, but we're a lot smaller on the screen now. It's Wispy Woods. And he's really not different. Oh, he's not too different from the way he was in the first game, but now I have a power. Which I'm gonna spit at him. And so this looks like the Star Rod, but I believe it's supposed to be just a fragment of the Star Rod. Level 2, Ice Cream Island. I love that. He dreaming of food and then imagines a guy with a hammer. Gets bopped and he's so confused. Like, wait, what? So previously, the beach was level 3. Now it's level 2. They've mostly followed a similar, like kind of a similar structure though, right? We started in a meadow, went to a forest, fought Wispy Woods. We just skipped the castle. So now we're on a beach. Is this gonna progress like the other one? We're gonna see. This is one of my favorite powers, Parasol. Because if you just drop down, you will float down slowly. And it's really good for these nasty coconuts. Alright. We have made negative progress. Let's try that again. You gotta be quick for it, don't you? Okay. I'm curious, you can climb ladders, you just can't get onto the ladder. Alright, let's just take it easy here. So, it will block the coconuts, which is why it's there. So that guy actually hit the water there. Screw it, I want the sword. It's more fun. It has very limited reach on the air. It's a really good sprite, too. The spin. Also, notice the parasol chases after me and then explodes, just like in New Game Plus. Well, we're not gonna see Crash. We already saw it once, because I definitely want to use this. Tornado is a really cool power, and it didn't actually come back until, I think, very recently. It was in Kirby's Dream Course, for sure. I also really like that each area has slightly different music. It was in Mirror? Okay. I'd forgotten about it in Mirror. Yeah, it was in a few. It had like an absence for a while though. Alright, new minigame. Let's see what this is. Egg catcher. Press the buttons to make Kirby's mouth open. Try to eat eggs, but not bombs. So this is a really cool one. Another of Sakurai's attempts at oh, I missed an egg, and then ate a bomb. Another of Sakurai's attempts to do single button gameplay. So it's like these have both been in timing. This little climbing guy. This is a song that also became iconic. I think this is the first time we're hearing it. You can slide into the bomb blocks. I think those are new here. So we're on it. I feel like this is supposed to be like a basalt kind of thing. I know it's brick, but it kind of has that vibe, you know. And once again, we take the star, but now we're going to sand dunes, not a whale. So we see cacti in the back, so I guess that means we're in America. Looks crunchy. Wait, the screen or something edible? Oh, okay, you're just... Oh, controller died. 1 second. Hunky Muppet, I feel like you're seeing food in everything. Alright, I have to change the batteries on my controller here. And are we back? Yeah. Alright, we just got the wheel power up. This one is so cool. Kind of reminds me of the wafer stuff inside Kit Kats. It does a little bit. So driving on the sand dunes. We're in like a desert now, but by the beach still. The dude just jumped over. So it does give you iframes when you're rolling, but you lose those on turns. Still not high enough. I'm gonna get that timing eventually. I just noticed the egg spam. I don't know how I missed that. Oh, I think I know how I missed that. I was eating eggs. Alright, another crane fever. I don't have any egg emotes. I feel like I need an egg. So we didn't get Kirby that time. I only want to go for the big ones. Yeah, there's an egg emoji. But I'll find something. Yeah, that's pretty secure. Got him. Let's see. Having skipped Kirby's adventure to getting an SNES, I didn't realize just how many powers originated in this game rather than Superstar. Yeah, this game was definitely like the basis for Superstar. Superstar just kind of feels like an expanded version of this game in a lot of ways. Also, like, I think that was a really common thing. The SNES was already out, so if your family got one, you probably didn't get this. When I was growing up, like, we kind of got consoles, like, we tended to get them secondhand, so we never got them at launch. I don't feel like Wheel's gonna do me a whole lot of service here, so I'll go back to Sword. So the path kind of splits, which means I should probably go this way. Oh, but I can't. So we see the start of something here. That's interesting. So I don't have a power that allows me to hit that block. Also, like, the way Kirby holds his sword when he's swimming always made me think of pirates. I'm like, oh, Kirby's a pirate now. Where else do you see swords in water? I feel like that's it. Pirates. Anyone else using a weapon in water is gonna use, like, a trident or something. Also, I want to point out, so I don't know if I'm gonna need to go back. I think that's probably the... No, wait, that's here. Okay, yeah, so I should be able to get that now, because I can... See, something I like about the design here for these little secrets is... It's intuitive. You can look and see, can I hit that block? And you can think about what power-up you might need in order to do so. Rather than it just saying, oh, you need you don't have... You need needle to open this. This block is only destructible by needle. Hello, can I jump? I said like 3 times before it worked. Hey! That's the guy! Did he just send his boys after me? Okay, I don't think this sword's gonna work against these guys. Oh, I just got sniped. None of them grant powers, though. Alright, I don't think I can get that. Wait, maybe I can. They're piling up over here. Yeah. I thought they were gonna just bounce back and forth. Yeah, sent. Oh yeah, his boys were in this. Yeah, his goon squad in this game. Yep, a lot of stuff started in Superstar, or started in Adventure, that later showed up in Superstar. And as we progress, we're gonna see kind of a lot of stuff that has ties. Ow, we're just gonna take all the damage, I guess. Yeah, if you know the timing on when Kirby, like, tilts downward, you'll know if you can hit guys. One of the things that's interesting is, like, the power-ups are obviously, like the copy abilities are definitely good to have, but sometimes just being able to inhale enemies is good enough, or in sometimes even better, because you can use it like a projectile. Alright, so I see something new, I'm gonna go for that one. It's stone. And what are we fighting? Some kind of alarm clock? So, for the longest time I thought those were like giant fish eyes, but you actually can see he's like an alarm clock, that's just his bell on the top, and he's actually got a face with a mustache. Oh. And the alarm clock gives me the mic ability. We actually saw this in Kirby's Dreamland, but it was like a one-time power-up. Now, I'm gonna save it. Don't need to use it twice. Now we get 3 uses. Oh, I'm not gonna save it. We'll do it later. So with the laser, we'll bounce off of cornered surfaces. That's honestly, when you think about like what the NES is capable of, it's just, that's super cool. I love when people misinterpret old sprite art. Yeah, for sure. Like, I'll just be like, oh my god, I can actually see it now. Like, that enemy, I probably would have still seen, what I saw as a kid, but in the remake, it's a lot more easy, it's a lot clearer. He just walked right into it. So the laser's a really good one, because it shoots forward, and it also, I mean, similar to what I was saying before about, I really like the way that the ability you need is implicit, not explicit. If you see a cornered surface, you might know, oh, that'd be good for, that'd be good for laser. Yeah, the Cyclops visor, so laser didn't show up in Superstar. The laser guys actually give you beam in Superstar. It does show up again, though. In the remake, they added, like, the Kirby hats, and laser gives you, I'm gonna stick with laser. Laser gives you the, like, the Cyclops visor. Alright, new minigame, mayhaps? An arena. 2 fighters go in, but only 1 will leave. You can get a tomato and an ability for a win. Behold my might. Freeze. Also, you might have noticed this is something that's different from Superstar as well, is that I had fire and burning as 2 separate powers. Oh, okay, those don't freeze right away. this game sure does struggle. I think that maybe making the some of the animations shoot like particles wasn't the best idea for the hardware. I want one of those. Oh, it's just a little thing. And you cannot jump while using it. So you go fast, but you do have some limitations. I want that thing. No. No. No, I lost everything. I'll get another one. Got him. The little plane thing is high jump. Okay. Okay, we got it. High jump, also kind of made an appearance in Superstar in a certain form. Oh, this is a little interesting. See these windows on the buildings here? I'm not sure if you can enter one. I feel like you can. Hang on. I think one of them you can go in. It's that one. There it is. The one that looks like a door. We'll get a fireball. Yeah, okay, so this is fireball. Different from fire. Okay, I guess we're getting the high jump. These little guys, I think they're called Starman, and they don't show up too often in Kirby games, but they do show... Why can't I... Wow, okay. That's weird. I was pressing B like a whole lot, and it was not doing it. Oh man, I think I missed the HP. Nope, I got it. I don't know if it was worth it, but I got it. Yeah, if you're anywhere near those guys, I want that. Wait, I didn't... Hold up. No! I did everything in the wrong order. Eventually I'm gonna get that. Normal. I just have normal Kirby. No. He's just normal. Minimum tomato. So this is new. Warp Star Station. This star will take you to another stage. Hop on a star with a number and let's go. So this is just a warp room. Which is pretty cool. Just a little shortcut. Little bit of fast travel. Just a little bit of fast travel. See, the fast travel, I usually don't like fast travel. This is an acceptable amount, in my opinion. A modern game would just have a menu. They'd have this area you could walk around in, super cool, but then they'd also have a menu that just lets you go directly to the level you want. Like, then why did you make any of this? Paint roller. So this is the start of a trend of enemies. Of bosses. He draws something and it becomes real. Real enough that I can eat it and get its power. Oh yeah, I think I can do this. Yeah, I sure can. Yeah, biggest pet peeve in modern games is travel is boring, for sure. If your travel's boring, then your game is boring. Oh, that's a rare one. Let me see what else he makes. A Kirby. You might think the Kirby would, like, give you something cool, but it doesn't. Yeah, the baseball actually has a power that you don't see until a bit later. And by a bit later, I think it means like 5 seconds. Level 3, butter building. He got knocked off by the Poppy brothers and just blown up by the... Okay. Okay, butter building is one of the coolest levels, and you will see why. I don't know if it's at this level, but the progression here is still, like, pretty cool. Because we're starting at the bottom of this building. Man, okay, we're gonna use whatever they give us here. Oh, I know what I'm using. This. So we're at the bottom of the building. I don't want to deal with that. And we ascend. Okay, we get another shot at Mike. I guess I should have held on to that crash. Never mind. If you get 2 things at once in your mouth, you will get, like, a really high damage star. So first it was like a megaphone, then a microphone, and now a microphone on a stand. It only has that one sound, but it has 3 different animations, which is super cool. Now what is this? A really big button. I want to hit that. See, that was an example where, given some abilities, I wouldn't be able to destroy that lower block. Button. It opens up a secret area outside the level. And here we go backwards through an area we already did. Which is also kind of cool. We did it! We made it to the top! UFO Kirby. Oh, that din do 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 do. I think so. He dodged it. I just, like, broke the sound. Alright, we got a wheel. Which is gonna serve us well in this level. It's usually a good idea to just take the ability they give you, because it's probably gonna be useful very soon. I destroyed the tomato! Oh, this is so neat. Look at that. Like, it's 3D. Now, what I really like about this is the exact... What I really like about this area is the exact thing that I don't like about the remake. They got rid of this. This is just gone. They didn't bother doing it on Game Boy Advance. I don't know why, because the technology obviously could do that very easily. So it's just... it's a little disappointing. Sword hasn't been working out for me, unfortunately. Oh, of course, but I... Oh, good. Give me one. So this ahead looks like something I might want a special power up for. So if you manage to keep your wheel the whole way, you don't need to get that again. But oh, look at that little animation. He has to climb up the slope. It's too steep. So now we have this. Use what they give you. So they gave us a sword, we use the sword, we get a wheel, use the wheel. Really neat. They're giving us this, so I'm gonna take it. So this is a different... Oh, okay, that was... This is a different power than freeze. Freeze was around us, ice is just on us. These guys. What does he got? Backdrop. So, later they would kind of like consolidate a few of these abilities, but this was still kind of, for the most part, each ability does one thing. Suplex, yeah, later on it would be called suplex, but here it's called backdrop because that's what it does, specifically the one thing, backdrop. And rather than dashing in enemies, you just have a different inhale. So yeah, actually, I guess you're supposed to use the high jump here, but I didn't want to get rid of my backdrop yet. Another one of these rooms. Honestly, who's complaining? It's just so cool. Yeah, you can, if you do that in mid-air, you can throw the enemy. Yeah, here's this room again. Yeah, I knew it would show up again. They liked this room a lot. Ah, that's not where we came from. Sends us to the other side. It's more intuitive this time, because rather than each door just taking you to, like a different door, they kind of take you to, oh, wow. They kind of take you to... Alright, Kaiba. I think we might get some of Kaiba every now and then. Yeah, so they take you to, like, a mirror of the space. Kinda neat. I also lost my suplex to that, Kaiba is our cat that lives here. She's a black cat. She's technically a tabby, I think, but she's all black, so... And believe it or not, she's not named after the Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh! Just total coincidence. Made it to the top! You actually can time that so perfectly that you don't have to grab the edge like that. Wait, edge grabbing? Edge grabbing? Sakurai, he's done it again. Alright, they're giving me high jump. We're gonna just skip some levels, I guess. So you see, like, that's the theme of this stage of butter building. There he is again! I don't think high jump's gonna work here. Sorry, nothing. Oh, alright. Feel like... Maybe I hit it too late. Alright, bye sword. I'm not going back down for it. That was a short one. That one was very short. Ooh, what's this? It looks like a fedora. I think it's supposed to be a cowboy hat, but it looks like a fedora. And it's shooting bullets. Quick draw. When the enemy draws, press the A button. If you press it too soon, you get a penalty. Alright, let's see what kind of latency I have. Some of you might recognize this. I'm a little slow. Ooh, yeah, Samurai Kirby. Oh, that's a tough one. I like that. Also, the hats are important here. We got two at once. It says mix. What's it gonna be? Hammer. So if you get two copy abilities at the same time, it will do a mix. And it gives you a random power. Hammer is actually a pretty good find. Doesn't come up a whole lot. However, your star will always take precedent. I'm trying to get fancy with it. The game says no. Oh, they were gonna give me hammer anyway. Well, what do you know? Turn around. And as always, if they give it to you, take it. Because there's a little, like, post there I can pound. Oops, I was looking away. Push A, oh. Push A, idiot. Alright, they're clearly handing me this ability, so I should certainly take it. And yeah, this is why. You get it. You're treated to a really cool room. This is really interesting here. Look at how that rolls. That's... I feel like they're just playing with us now. Because that's not really how surfaces work. This is a room that I think we will see in a lot of Kirby games. This room shows up a lot. And the secret is almost always in the same place. Gotta be quick for that one. I didn't even get the... Well, I got this. Hey. I actually meant to inhale him and forgot that I had that. Ooh, it's dark. Light. That is an ability that does not come back up. I don't know if that ever that one ever shows up again. Listen. Oh, I'll take that. Alright. Already to the boss, already to the top of the tower. We got another one of these handy dandy warp stars. Pretty neat. Yeah, see, you can kind of see like the progression. So we started in a meadow in the first area. Here we go from a beach to like a couple of islands. Kind of neat. Across islands and then into like castle. So I guess we're going into town, is the idea. And from there we get to Butter Building, climb to the top of it. I love that. I love that progression. We're up in the clouds now. Up at the sky where the sun and the moon are. And when one of them is in the air, you cannot hurt it. It is might as well be part of the scenery. It can still hurt you. I always loved this enemy design. I thought it was so cool. Moon grants you cutter. The sun grants fire. I feel like it should have granted fireball personally. I thought I could inhale that. I could not. I got too greedy. Yeah, I feel like you can't eat those. Alright, so killing one of them makes it go into the sky, so if you beat day first, it becomes night. If you I don't know. Now it's twilight. Kinda neat. So we have defeated the sun and the moon themselves. Level 4, Grape Garden. So now we're in the clouds. No, the balloons. He lost all his balloons. I like that it pretty consistently shows like just Kirby having unfortunate events. This is literally Elden Ring It's killing fathers and natural forces and gods. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's a consistency with Kirby for sure. I was in hit stun. I couldn't move. I like this music. Oh, I couldn't quite get that to happen fast enough. I knew it! I knew it! UFO! So this is a really cool one. So first of all, you can move freely here. And if you tap the button, you'll just use a beam attack. If you hold it a little bit longer, you can shoot a laser. A little bit longer than that, and you'll shoot a star, and all the way up, a double star. That's suspicious. Sure enough, it's a secret. I'm keeping the UFO. I know they're giving me tornado, but alright, another crane game. Crane Fever. Alright, I think we can do this. That looks lined up pretty good. Yeah, we got a good hold on that thing. Sure, I'm going for it. I think that's a good lineup. Yeah, we got two big Kirbys. Four up. You can't see him holding up fingers. Castle in the sky. We did, so here's a floating castle then. We finally get to see one. Not like the other one. Huh? This level start to be more like kind of open. Wait, where do I go? Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, I just remembered a secret from, I want to say the second level of the game. I'll go back and do that eventually. Some water. I haven't seen water in a little bit because we've been past the islands. So it's kind of interesting. We're in the sky, but we're in a castle, but we're in the water, and we're in Dreamland, in Grape Garden. It just, I really like that. I really like how each level is like interesting and the progression through them tells a story. Is it something that I don't feel like I see in a lot of games? Oh, jeez. We get to see a little frame of buff Kirby there. Oh, that didn't do it. Wow. We're up to 20 lives. Who said this game was harder than Kirby's Dream Land? I don't even know what happens if you lose your lives, honestly. Also, we get to keep Crash. We didn't get to keep UFO when we left the level. $15's not gonna cut it. Not if we want to beat DDD. $12. Very hard. Yeah, it's hard to, yeah, actually no, yeah, you can see that, like we're in the clouds and these buildings are coming out of the clouds. Although some of them are coming from this surface that's down here. Dirigibles. Maybe Kabula will make an appearance? Alright, we're gonna lose Crash because this is the first of a little interaction. So we've got a rope, and it's tied to a cannon. They give us plenty of time. Just kind of cool. They actually don't use this very much. This is really neat. Up in the sky, I'm so glad the propellers don't hurt you. Oh. Does that go further? Yeah, that keeps going. Okay, we're gonna check out what's in this door. Oops. Wow, we're just hitting everything. Alright, maybe I can keep this one? Maybe not. Give me the warp star. Give me the warp star. Who's driving this thing? I feel like there was another way to go in there. Just crashed into like everything. Yeah, we did it. I don't know what points do for you. I don't feel like they do anything in this game. Oh, interesting. So this door didn't change colors. All the others turn white. The points don't matter, yeah. But that one did not. So there was definitely another way to go. So let's see if we can do that without, like, dying. I think there was HP up here. If there, maybe there was a 1-up, I don't know. Kind of a weird transition there, though. Let's see, maybe there's like a button hidden just somewhere in this giant throne? All the way in the back? No? That's where we went before. Ah, there's one right up the end. Sure enough, there's a button. Whoa! Alright, I guess we have to go through this again. Let's see if we can do it a little better this time. Little is relative. Wow, they kind of punish you for trying to skip a little bit. Alright, whew, we made it through the level at least. It does not give us HP up though. Sleep. Oh yeah, just notice the rat dance. It was requested. Ball is, Ball's a power. Alright, what's in here? He just grabbed the ball. Oh wow, okay, you can't touch this guy. Yeah, this is a fast version. I feel like it's not normally this quick. Alright, we gotta backdrop again. Grape trees. The grape garden for which this place is named. Alright. Grape Garden is definitely where the game starts to get more whimsical. Because we're up in the sky where it's just, things are just weird here. You gotta be quick to get past that. Almost did not make it. I think Beam's gonna serve us a little better. Usually when they give you a structure like that, it's gonna be a sub-boss. This guy's pretty similar to the backdrop, but instead, we need one more guys. Instead he throws when he grabs you, instead of just slamming you on the ground. Some kind of turtle, I think? Kind of weird. Turtles aren't precisely known for throwing. I love the animations in this game. Like, it's just really charming, and he rolls around on his back, and... like, he rolls back and forth instead of just still. So, this is very similar to Backdrop, but it's throw. And you can... so you inhale once to grab a guy, and then you can point it and throw it. Pretty much just straight or up. And those two, I think, kind of got combined. I mean, maybe Suplex is mostly just backdrop, I guess, but I feel like it has a little bit of throw as well. But then again, backdrop does have a way to throw enemies. Another very big castle in the sky. Hey, there he is again. Giving me invincibility candy. There's gotta be some lore on this guy. Why is he's sending his goons after us, but he's also... I am stuck. What is this gonna be? But he's also giving me invincibility. Hammer again. Sure, I'll take it. Oh, laser would be nice. Wow. Okay, never mind on the hammer. I'm getting beat up. This is super weird, but it doesn't actually matter that much. It looks like a wall, but you can walk in front of this one. It is telegraphed by the fact that this goes in front of it, so... but it's still a little bit weird, in my opinion. I doubt many people would get stuck there. Now, it's a little hard to hit. You don't have... oh, really? Oh, that's it. That's what this room's for. Yeah, see, this one's solid. The other side isn't. That was the whole room. I got a 1-up that replaced the death that I had in the room. So this looks a little familiar here, doesn't it? This looks a lot like Castle Lololo, like the entrance. I think that's kind of interesting. He just gave us candy, and now he's sending his boys again. Back in the castle. I guess still in the castle. Yeah, yeah, the way the windows are definitely bears a resemblance to Castle Lololo. It's less whimsical, and it doesn't feel haunted. Or maybe it's more whimsical? so that's interesting down there. This little space. But it's not a door. You can't go in there. Not sure... Oh, you know what? That's supposed to be, I think, the reflection of the light coming through this door. It's kind of neat. I think in the remake, this room is replaced with a, with a maze, which I'm glad that it's not a maze. I think we're just gonna keep going forward. So now we're up higher in the castle. We're still in this, like, this maze-like environment. So I like that continuity. Whoa. That frog came at me. Just... Yeah, I take back what I said about it being less whimsical. This is very whimsical. But they kind of did the water and the castle and the sky thing already, so this is kind of well established. But I do like that it's a very different theme from what you see in, like, most games. Also, I kind of feel like I might have missed something in that room. Maybe. Unless this goes right back in? Nope. So this room is dark. Okay, there is a... light guy. I don't know what those enemies are called. So, I'm curious if there's anything over here. I don't think so. Oh, but there is a little door back here. Oh, with a button! My intuition was correct. I actually didn't really remember that one. Whoa. This is like simultaneously like forest music and castle music. It just sounds very like regal. Dude, I don't know. I feel like the sword in the air is not a good ability. That looked like it should have hit to me. Okay, yeah, we do wind up back here. Ah, we have some pegs to pound. The order matters. Aha! The lower one first. Okay, we're up to the boss of Grape Garden. Let me see something go quick. Okay. I was not expecting it to scroll that direction. Let's try that again. so we got Krakow again. I see. I feel like the high jump seems very inconsistent. Like, if I try to use it in the air... Yeah, that's weird. Okay, I guess you can't use it mid-air. Which I suppose makes sense? Yeah, that's all it is. You can't use it mid-air. It's weird because it just does nothing. And high jump makes Krakow like way easier than he was in the first game. Not easy enough that I'm not gonna get hit by him. But definitely not too challenging. He actually gives you high jump. That's interesting. Instead of giving you Waddle Doos, he gives you high jump for this battle only.